The neighborhood watch captain dialed 911 the second my wife started packing her SUV. I stood frozen on the driveway, watching her toss in suitcases while this power-hungry woman spun tales to the cops about me running shady investment scams. Domestic chaos, money laundering, his wife's finally escaping him. For 6 grueling months, she'd hit us with bogus fines, endless harassment, and veiled threats to seize our home. She figured she'd crushed us for good. My wife was really walking out. But what this neighborhood tyrant didn't realize was my wife's real job. One call from her was about to flip her smug win into a full-blown federal disaster. Call it poetic payback. If you're craving a story where the bad guy gets slammed hard, stick around. I'm David Thompson, and this nightmare kicked off with a secret I was burying from my wife that could have torched our marriage. I'd been axed from my accounting gig 4 weeks back. Debts were stacking up like unpaid parking tickets, choking us. And now Karen Blackwell, our iron-fisted HOA president, was dangling an offer you can't refuse. But the gut-wrenching part? I couldn't spill to Sarah about Karen's lowball house bid yet. Not until I sorted how to explain those bank slips crammed in my nightstand that screamed guilty. Those random deposits, sketchy late-night calls in the shed, hushed meetings. They painted me as some side hustle crook, even though my lies stemmed from pure embarrassment, not crime. Try selling that to a wife spotting all the red flags of betrayal. The doorbell buzzed right as I shoved another pile of statements away like a panicked embezzler. Michael stood there, my older brother, wearing that worried sibling mask, juggling 2 hot coffees from the corner diner. You know that pitying stare relatives give when they sense you're spiraling? Yeah, that was him. David, words out about money troubles, he said, barging in uninvited. Why not lean on family? That's what we're for. I wanted to unload everything, but admitting the layoff felt like confessing I'd bombed at adulting. Just sorting it, I muttered, grabbing the cup. No need to worry yet. Michael plopped into the armchair with that familiar ease from our childhood. But his vibe today felt off too targeted, too nosy for casual care. You ever get that vibe when kin probe like they're mining data, not just helping? That's how it hit me, though I brushed it aside. How deep's the hole? I could pitch in, he offered, but his edge made me squirm. My phone pinged another job rejection. I flipped its screen down fast. He clocked it, eyes narrowing like a hawk on prey. Big call, he asked coolly, filing away my twitch. Here's where it twists. In hindsight, I should have grilled Michael's questions harder. He leaned in, all brotherly, and said, David, my plumbing business is tanking too. We could team up, but I need the full picture. Debt total, monthly hits, behind on the mortgage. It sounded helpful, but the checklist feel creeped me out like a financial autopsy, not support. I fed him vague bits. The shame was too raw to bear it all, even to blood. He left after an hour, vowing to brainstorm fixes and stay looped. Watching his van roll off, gratitude mixed with this nagging unease. His notes on my words, the info digging it felt scripted, but hey, families are messy, right? People poke because they care, not scheme. Or so I told myself, diving back into hiding my mess. Exactly 60 minutes later, like someone had timed the house, Karen Blackwell showed up with a slick binder and her boardroom smirk. Karen was the type who ran our Willow Creek estates like a boot camp, always suited up, papers weaponized for any fight. David, I know about your job loss, she declared, waving the folder like a lifeline. I have a fix that benefits us both. I shot down my spine in that April chill. How'd she know so fast? I'd only told Michael and Sarah. Neighborhood gossip on steroids, or worse. My investor circle does fast buys for folks in flux, she pressed on, claiming our couch like royalty. $380,000 cash. No hassles, quick close, fees covered. It was $25,000 under value, but it'd bail us from the brink by time. Gotta talk to Sarah, I stalled. Karen's eyes gleamed. She'd predicted that. Sure, but windows close. Markets flip. Investors bail act fast in tough spots. What rattled me most? Her insider scoop on our life, Sarah's erratic federal consulting shifts, our credit woes, like she'd eavesdropped on our midnight frets. We'd kept it locked tight, no leaks to neighbors. Yet here she was, reciting our pains like a script from our kitchen chats. Her post-Michael timing screamed setup, but she kept it surface level. Still, it reeked of orchestration. When Sarah got home, she caught me poring over Karen's docs like crime scene evidence. David, what's this? She asked, Jacket off, eyes sharpening. Karen's pitch, I said, bracing. She scanned it intensely, firing smart questions on clauses and deadlines. Her drill down felt pro, but not alarmingly sounded later. These terms are shark-like, she ruled. Why entertain it? We're drowning more than you know. I confessed, gaze dropping. Shame burned. Our savings were vapor, assets sold off to fake normalcy. What drowning? She pushed, voice turning interrogator sharp. If only she grasped I'd pawned heirlooms to dodge truth. That talk cracked our trust-wide secrets eroding like sand. Stuff I've handled solo, sparing you stress. I lame excused, hating the sound. Pride had blocked partnership. Now it poisoned us. Sarah's probe turned forensic. Shared our finances with outsiders. Just chit-chat with Michael. Her stare bored in, lie detector style. Where'd she pick up this edge? Her consulting was fuzzy, but this screamed beyond boardrooms. That night, Sarah hunkered on her laptop, whispering calls I couldn't catch. I'd peek with coffee. She'd kill screens, pivot topics. The rift widened, my fault for the veil. When she shut it down, her eyes held ultimatum weight. David, she said softly, steel beneath. Tomorrow, I dig into Karen's leaks and if you're lying. Sleepless, I stared at shadows. If not me spilling, who betrayed our whispers to a vulture like Karen? Dawn brought the dreaded face-off. At 6 a.m., Sarah scrolled my deleted logs, building a case like a DA. That gut drop, when your spouse turns detective, hit hard as I shuffled in for Joe and met her war room setup. Explain these inflows, she demanded, screen glowing. $6,200 in a month. Source. Her calm was lethal. Side gigs. I hedged, truth too humiliating. But she had timelines, pattern surveillance predating one night. This was pro-tracking. Why grill me like a perp? I deflected, indignant. Her reply chilled. Karen phoned at dawn with exact deposit intel, hinting dirty money. Said protect myself legally from your mess. Face paling, I grasped. Insider feeding her our guts. Not if I was guilty who sold us out. Trust, vaporized life. Can't stay with lies, Sarah declared, packing methodically not rage, calculated exit. Watching her precision terrified more than screams. Sarah, wait, I pleaded, trailing her. Looks bad, but explainable. Her logic sliced. Either you're in cahoots with Karen to flip our home, or a setup framing you. Need space to think. She was right. My secrecy amplified guilt optics. 2 hours post-departure, cops wrapped Detective Rodriguez flashing badge, neighbors spying. Mr. Thompson, Karen reported disturbance and fraud suspicions. Irony, her as civic hero while praying. She claimed fights, Sarah fleeing, dodgy funds. Sarah confirmed concerns unwittingly. Explanations rang hollow, desperate. Michael rolled up mid-grill, concerned kin. Officer, my brother's deal? Timing perfect. He absorbed fraud details, quizzing evidence, Sarah's finds, timelines like intel harvest, not aid. Family worry, he claimed, steering to Sarah's clearance risks. Pro, not bro. A neighbor chimed. Seen shady suits, cash swaps. Calibrated backup for Karen's yarn. Case built. Wife bolts over secrets. Witnesses odd activity. HOA flags crimes. Alone later, Sarah called. Checked records. Karen snagged homes from 10 crisis families. Layoffs, illnesses, splits. Her speed screamed advanced access. Security pinged at 3:12 p.m. intruder alert. Footage, hooded figure keys in, family-only spare spot, rifles docks, snaps pics. Nose layout cold. No break-in marks. Insider job. Told Sarah. Key user, targeted. Her response, pro-breach analysis. List key holders, send video. Karen called evening. Faux violations yard mess $1,000. Parking $700. Fence $1,200. $2,900 total, compounding. Fabricated. I ward. Board rules, she smirked. Pressure cooker for her bid. Fines vanish on sale. Michael probed break-in deets intensely systems, footage, cops. Sarah's digs deepened. 10 families, vulnerability hits. How so fast? Public data. But pro-level. Puzzle. Insider leaks to Karen. Michael's info focus, Sarah's spy skills. Net tightening hose hunter? Sarah returned laser-focused. Trap the leak. Unique bait per suspect. Counter intel pro. Learned where. Security stuff. For Michael, $45,000 windfall eases woes. Shared casually, he drilled deets. Karen bit next day. Heard Sarah's windfall expanded deals. Michael's bait only. Your brother's selling us out, I told Sarah. Timeline. 6 months, $7,200 paid, full surveillance. Confront dinner. Michael slips on finances. Sarah rolls, evidence visits match Karen's scoops, transfers. He crumbles. Plumbing's dying, jealous of your setup. Karen paid for tips escalated to you. 10 families ruined, Sarah adds. Mrs. Jenkins lost home mid-Chemoyer intel. My turn. Those funds? Sold everything watch, retirement, heirlooms. Evidence pile, rejections, receipts. Sarah softens. Sorry for suspecting conspiracy. Rodriguez and Fed prosecutor storm. Karen's interstate fraud. Michael, cooperate for 15 months or 10 years. He wires up, baits Karen. They're folding. She brags. 10 families / 2 years. Bonus $22,000. Karen arrives triumphant. Sarah reveals, federal magistrate Judge Emily Thompson. Her real name, 15 years fraud cases. Karen freezes. Arrest. Wire fraud, conspiracy. Michael's intel delivered you a judge, he says. Months later, trial. 8 years prison, $160,000 restitution. Families repaid. Some homes back. Michael serves, aids victims. Willow Creek democratizes values soar 35%. Sarah's clinic fights HOA scams regionally. Our bond. Forged stronger via truth. State laws pass on transparency. Ever faced family betrayal for cash? HOA overreach ruining lives? Should judges hide roles? Drop thoughts below debate. Like if it hit home. Subscribe for more twists that expose the dark side of trust and power.